Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a terrific springtime recipe in the form of my asparagus, mint, and pea soup. I love this recipe because the mix of flavors is so fantastic. You have to trust me on this one. It might sound like a strange one, but I'm telling you it is so delicious. And the best part is the whole thing can be made the day before. Let me show you how to put it together. So in a large Dutch oven, you want to begin by melting 2 tablespoons of butter. Now I will say this recipe is really easy to adapt if you want to make it vegetarian or vegan, and I'll leave you those alternates in the description. And then once your butter is melted and foamy, you're going to add 2 cups of yellow onion that have been diced, a half a cup of diced celery, and 2 cloves of garlic that you've just sliced. We're going to blend this soup up later, so it really doesn't matter if you have a perfect dice or slice. Then at this stage, you just want to add a little salt and pepper to taste. I do like to season soup in stages like this because I find that you'll build a lot more flavor than if you wait to season it to the end. And you want to cook those vegetables down just until they're fragrant and fork tender. And at that point, we're going to add 3 cups of fresh asparagus that you've cut into about 1-inch chunks. Then at this stage, we're going to add 32 ounces of chicken broth. I think this soup is really flavorful with the chicken broth, but you certainly could swap it for vegetable broth. And then you're just going to simmer your soup until the asparagus is fork tender. And it really doesn't take that long. In fact, you don't want it to go that long because you want to make sure you can retain as much flavor as possible. And if you overcook asparagus, it really starts to lose a lot of its flavor. Then we're going to transfer our soup into a blender, and at this stage, this is when I like to add 1 cup of frozen peas because the warm soup is really just going to thaw out those peas. And again, by not cooking them, we're going to retain as much flavor as possible. And then we're going to add 15 leaves of fresh mint. Now this time of year, my mint is going crazy, and right now it looks so healthy. So I love to come up with recipes that use fresh mint, and this is a great one. And the mint isn't gonna be necessarily so pronounced, it's just gonna be a really subtle flavor in the background. So don't be afraid if you think it might be too sweet. It's actually the perfect little background flavor. Then you're just going to whirl up your soup till it's nice and pureed and smooth, and then you can transfer it back into your cleaned out stock pot. And then I like to warm it just on a low flame, seasoned with a little salt and pepper. And then the way that I like to serve this is to ladle it out into some shallow bowls. I like to use a white bowl because I find the combination of the bright white and that electric green is such a great springy look. And then to garnish, we're going to take 1 tablespoon of sour cream, or you could also use crème fraiche, and thin it with a little bit of water, just so that it's the same consistency of your soup. So if we took just the sour cream and put it on top of the soup, it would probably just sink to the bottom. So one of the ways I like to garnish soups when I'm using sour cream is to thin it just so that it has the same consistency, and then it'll float on top. And I think it's really pretty in just a haphazard pattern like that. And then you can garnish with a little freshly snipped chives, which adds a really nice savory kick with the sour cream and the hint of mint in the background. I hope you guys give this one a try and let me know what you think. Subscribe for more quick and easy recipes, and I will see you back here next week with another one. Until then, bye.